Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. So today I'm going to do the Tuesday tip for the beauty tip, but I also thought that I would do a get ready with me video since it's Valentine's Day. So the first thing, I've already put on my moisturizer, and then I let that sit a few minutes, and then I went ahead and put on my primer. The reason I use primer is it helps fill in your pores, lines, and gives like a smooth surface for you to start your makeup with. It will also help your makeup last longer. So I went ahead and already done that. The next thing I'm going to use, actually, I've got a few hormonal breakouts, so I am going to use a little bit of concealer to kind of cover those a little bit before my foundation. Let me get a mirror. So I'm just taking a tiny bit and I'm going to just dab it on any spots that look red. And this is a little bit too dark for my skin right now, but we're going to go with it. And I just put a tiny, tiny little drop on this brush, and it goes a super long way. Looks super crazy, but we'll fix it with the foundation. So I'm going to use, I'm going to drop it. I am going to use the Liquid Touch Foundation. You want to shake it up good before you use it. And I'm just going to use like a puff type brush. We do have a good foundation brush, but it's not right here with me, so I'm just going to put some on the brush. And just kind of blend that. I need to tan. This is a little bit too dark. But like I said, we're going to go with it. See, and that concealer that was a little too dark, can't see that now. Can't see the redness. This foundation really goes a long way. So there's that. And next, I think we will do, let's put some bronzer. Gonna use bronzer just for a little color. And this bronzer, there is, you can tell, two different sides. One is a matte side, one is a shimmer. So you can do bronzer in one of two ways. You can kind of use it to contour, or you can use it like where the sun would hit your face. Usually I just kind of go like where the contour goes. And if you don't know where contour goes, you usually can tell, depending on your face, but this is usually what I do, is like right here at the corner of your ear towards the edge of your mouth. And so I kind of just go right in this area. And then you can kind of go up. If you feel like your forehead's too big, you can contour along there. Like right along the top. To kind of shadow up there. And don't come all the way down, just kind of stay right in this area of your cheek here. We'll do the other side. And you want to blend it so it's not really harsh. So got a little bronzer. Also, for this look, I think we'll do a little bit of blush. And I'm just using, it's called Sweet. So we'll just take a little bit of that. Kind of right on the apple of your cheek, right above. Right above your bronzer. Kind of blend that out. Now for the eyes, usually I go with palette 1, which is like brown. Oh, I've already got it out. Like browns, neutral colors. I don't know how well you can see that, but today, since it's Valentine's Day, let's try something different. This is palette 2. It is like blacks, silvers. So let's go for that one. Let's start with let's still go with this. It says, no, let's try this. Perplexed. It's sort of a silvery charcoal black. We're just experimenting, so who knows how this is going to turn out. I'm going to get a little bit on my brush and go right in the crease. Just kind of blending that out. You know what? Let's use my tape trick from last week's Tuesday tip. Get the tape to make sure we get a nice, perfect line. So if you remember, you take Scotch tape, put it on the back of your hand to help get some of the stickiness off so it doesn't stick to your face as much. And then go right along, I'm going to use this mirror to make sure it's right where I want it, right along the edge of your eye. That way, you get a nice clean line. I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick to the other side. So we can do both eyes at the same time. All right. So let's go back to the crease color. Now my eyes are a little hooded, so I go a little above the crease just so that whatever color I'm using here, I you can actually see it better. If you don't have hooded eyes, you don't have to do that. And like I said before, I am not a makeup artist, so if you are and you think I'm doing it all crazy and wrong, I might be. But this is how I like to do it. So there's that side. Now we're just going to take that same color and go to the other eye. Okay, so there's the first color. Now let's go with, and I am going to take this darkest color and just kind of do right over here in the corner, kind of make like a V, so it's just a little darker on the outer edge. Bring that up into the crease a little. So you can see how it's darker over on this side than over here. So now we'll go ahead and do the other one. And I've brought it up onto the lid a little bit too. So it's just like a V right here. Okay, so now we've got the lighter and the darker, and I'm going to do a color on the lid. Let's go with this shiny silver color right here. It says romantic. Perfect for Valentine's Day. And I'm just going to get some of that on the brush, and I'm just going to dab it right here on the lid. And blend it up to that crease. Now what I'm going to do is take a fluffy, just a big fluffy brush, and kind of blend this all together so it doesn't look so harsh. And if when you blend it out, it looks too light to you, you can always go back in and darken up whatever you need to darken up. But see, this looks more blended like that. Not so harsh. If you like it darker, you don't have to blend it all, but I usually just go over mine so it's a little softer. You can even take, my favorite is in palette 1, this light color, super light. It's called Elated, and go at the top. Kind of blend that out up by your brow. So there's the eyes. We can now take the tape off. See, that gives you a nice sharp line there. Simple, simple trick. That was last week's tip. So if you haven't tried that yet, be sure and try it. It really works good. Okay, so next, let's do brows. I do brows one of two ways usually. I either use palette 1 normally, and I take a liner brush and this brown color chipper, or I take our eye pencil, which has a super, super, super fine tip. I don't know if you can see that. Super fine. So today, we will, well, let's just use the palette. Alright, so I just get some on my liner brush, and then I'm just going to line the bottom. Then I put a little, line the top. And if you need help with shaping your brows, what I do is I just kind of follow how the natural brow goes, and that's really the best to do. But if you need help trying to figure out what shape your brow starts here at the edge of your nose. Arch is, you can see, right in the middle of your eye, and then the end of your brow would follow out like this. So start right across your eye, that's your highest point, and then your end is like this. I can show you some stencils that can help if you're still unsure about the shape. And a good trick with the stencils is to find one that matches the shape of your brow close, and then go ahead and fill it in, and then you can pluck out the hairs around what you filled in. So that's a good tip. And I may have those stencils here. Yeah, I do. There is a bunch of different ones, and you can pick which one kind of fits your shape. See, and there's the marks I showed you. And then kind of just fill that in, and then you'll be able to pluck around it. That's a really simple way. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of different shapes. There's 1, 2, looks like 5 different ones. So if that's something you need, let me know, and I can tell you guys about those. But that's that's just how I do it. And once I line the top and the bottom, I just kind of fill in. I try to leave the front a little lighter, just so it looks more natural. And if you feel it's too dark, you can always comb it, or put a little powder on it. Put a little of your powder on it. But see the difference just from filling it in this side to this side. So that's, I just like to fill them in so they look a little more defined. And the brows do not have to look exactly the same, because I don't think anybody's do naturally. Just make them as close as possible. But if they're not perfect, don't stress. And one of my brows is always thinner than the other one. Always. So if you have that, I can relate to you. Let's see, this one looks way darker. This one is the thicker one, obviously. And like I said, if they're too dark, or you feel they're too dark, just dab a little powder on them. I'd say we're almost done with this look because I'm just going to do fairly simple, and we're almost at 30 minutes now. It does not take me this long to get ready. It's just because I'm telling you guys what I'm doing. We still have lashes to do. I normally don't do eyeliner. If you like eyeliner, you can definitely do that after you do your eyeshadow. Today I am going to use the matte liquid lipstick, and this is where the Tuesday tip comes in. So my tip is for lipstick, if you find that lipstick gets on your teeth, the trick is to take your finger, maybe you already know this trick, but put it in your mouth, and then when you pull it out, the lipstick that would have gotten on your teeth will be on your finger. So, like that. So that's my tip for today for that. Let's wipe that off. But it's real simple, and it'll help keep the lipstick off your teeth. So now let's do lashes and we're done. I love this matte lipstick. It goes on really smooth too. Okay, I'm using the fiber lashes. And if you've not seen this before, there's two tubes. One is gel, just like regular mascara. One is fibers, and this is what's going to make the long lashes. Mine's old, so I've had it a few months now. So let's see how it does. Here is what my lashes look like now. You can tell they're not really that long. Let's go ahead and just curl them real quick. Okay. Now, first thing you do is put on the gel. And you want to get a good coat, because you want to give the fiber something to stick to. You don't have to go really heavy, just make sure that all your lashes are coated. And you can see just with the gel the kind of difference it makes. Make sure the tips are good and wet and everything's separated. Okay, Now you want to go in with the fibers. And what I like to do, see how they're kind of all everywhere. I like to just kind of tap it down on my hand a little bit to make sure I don't have crazy stray fibers going everywhere. And you just brush those onto the wet gel. And usually I start like mid-lash to the end. If you're just looking for length, focus just on the tips. If you want volume and length, definitely start at the mid-lash too, and that'll help give you a fullness. But see, that is with the fibers, and then also we're going to have to do another coat of gel to seal those fibers on so they're not falling all over your cheek. And what I like to do is kind of let those sit, and while those sit, I will go ahead and gel the other eye and put the fibers on over there. This eye over here, these lashes are always my troublemaker lashes. So one brow is always troublemaker, one side of lashes. They never look like the other side. Okay, so now we'll do fibers on this side. Now, since I've done this side, usually what I do is I go ahead back over to this eye, do the bottom. You can put fibers on the bottom lashes if you want to. I usually don't, but you absolutely can. So after I do the bottom, then I'm going to go ahead and seal the top. And you just go back over that. That way you make sure your fibers don't fall. I'm not going to make you guys sit through finishing the other eye, but there you have it. This is my Valentine's look. I will finish the other eye and post a photo. Don't forget the lipstick trick, and then we use last week's tape tip also again this week. So I hope you guys like this look. If you found any of the information I shared helpful, please feel free to share. I would love for you guys to share my tips if you're finding them helpful. If you have any questions about any of the products, the eyebrow stencils, any of that, please feel free to comment below or even message me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions about it. I hope you guys have an amazing Valentine's Day, and sorry this ran so long, but I hope to see you guys next week.